Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on into the Centennial Network. Josh Safran here on the call. Good to be back in Tarble Pavilion as Swarthmore plays host to Franklin and Marshall in just a second. But for now, it is senior night. I'm going to step aside, leave the microphone on, so hopefully you can hear some of the festivities honoring some of the seniors here in Swarthmore. So I'll step aside for a brief moment. They will introduce the seniors today, and then we'll get back to it and back into action. So once again, about 5 minutes, senior day festivities will commence, and then we're back to action. I'll be right back.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tarble Pavilion. We're excited to recognize our three seniors of our 2023 class. But first, we'd like to recognize the senior on the F&M volleyball team, Anne-Marie Early, with congratulations on 4 years at F&M. Congratulations. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge the class of 2023. Alexa Bartlett, Sarah Carrasco, Chloe
O.C. White. Number 4, Nora Larson. Number 5, Hannah Humphreys. Number 7, Grace Peglin. Number 8, Gabby Marchese. Number 13, Jordan Perry. Number 17, Alexa Bartlett. Number 19, Jalen Miller. Number 22, Madeline Malka. And the starters for your Swarthmore College Guardian, a junior from San Jose, California, number 6, Kaylee Zhang. A freshman from Burlingame, California, number 9, Angelina Henderson. A junior from South Lake, Texas, number 10, Danny Pena. A senior from Thousand Oaks, California, number 12, Chloe Mayhew. A freshman from Oakland, California, number 14, Zinzi Montgomery. A sophomore from Palo Alto, California, number 15, Trisha Rosden. And playing libero as a freshman from Needham, Massachusetts, number 11, Ellie Streeper. The head coach for the Guardian in her 21st season is Carla Schwaston. She's assisted by the associate head coach, Linda Zhang. At this time, we'll be presenting our national anthem.
Good afternoon. The senior day festivities for now are over. We can wipe away some of those tears from the introductions, anthems, starting lineups. It's all done. And do we have a fantastic matchup for you here in Swarthmore, Pennsylvania. Good afternoon, everybody. Josh Safran here. It's the 12-6 Franklin and Marshall Diplomats coming in to Swarthmore to take on the Garnet, who sits at 11-7. Now, Swarthmore, they are still undefeated at home, 7-0. I have yet to call a loss, knock on wood. They are 4-1 in conference, their lone loss in conference play, coming against the ranked Johns Hopkins University. And aside from Johns Hopkins, without a doubt, this is going to be the toughest test in the Centennial. It's no question just about every year at this point that Johns Hopkins is going to play extremely tough volleyball. And, you know, Swarthmore, they put up a good fight this season, but ultimately fell short. Here is test number 2. Swarthmore coming off an extremely tough New York University Invitational. I mean, come on, you can't blame Swarthmore for any of those losses, really. They went against the 8th-ranked Calvin University, the 10th-ranked New York University, the 9th-ranked University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Put up incredible fights in all those matches, but ultimately couldn't come out with a win. So here it is. They're coming off a victory against Washington College and looking to put it all together here against Franklin and Marshall. Danny Pena, who, congratulations to Danny Pena. She just got her 1,000th assist, but no assist there. Hits that one out. It's a service error to start the match. And let's see what this Franklin and Marshall team is made of. It's going to be Coco Schultz, the freshman, to serve. 22 aces coming into today's match. Solid serve, but a beautiful pass from Ellie Streeper. Miscommunication that time. Kaylee Zhang has to force a free ball over. It's dug out by Pena. In the back row, that's Mayhew. Mayhew from the pipe. Picks out a great location. And the Garnet are on the board. Franklin Marshall 5-0 in the Centennial. They sit in second place just ahead of Swarthmore, 4-1 in the aforementioned Johns Hopkins, as there's an ace for Kaylee Zhang. Johns Hopkins sitting in first place. Even these losses that have been few and far between for the Garnet, the losses have been extremely close. Off the block, it's still live. Going to Trisha Rosden, she gets blocked, kept up by Montgomery. Perry blocked, but great defense from Streeper. Rosden, no block. Swarthmore, excellent patience, not getting discouraged by the blocks. And finding a seam in that Franklin Marshall front row. They lead it 3-1. Zhang with another great serve, played up by Early. Swarthmore is saying they didn't touch it, but it doesn't matter. It's all in the official's call. Rosden with another swing, but that's a great up by Coco Schultz. A panic over. Oh, just almost caught the line, but not quite. Great effort from Jordan Perry. Not much she could do with it. And checking into the game, Sydney Levens. So it's Sydney Levens, Gianna Mangiamelli, Coco Schultz, Leah Perez, Meredith Mangum, Lauren Arnold, and Anne-Marie Early. That was the starting lineup. A couple rotations from then. Nice swing. Rosden gets blocked, but actually blocked straight down on the other side of the net. So we give her a kill on that one. Ellie Streeper will now serve. Zinzi Montgomery checking out. Angelina Hemingway checking in. It's an ace for Ellie Streeper. She's having herself quite the freshman season. That's her 26th ace on the year. One of the best servers on the Garnet. Another glorious serve. There's Levens off the block, kept up. Pena going to Jordan Perry, who gets a kill. Swarthmore, they're rolling early on in set number one. It is senior day, so I'm expecting to see the seniors on the Swarthmore bench to make an appearance at some point today, as that one sails out. Off the hand of Ellie Streeper, that one looked like it was going to knock over the camera, the little tripod. I'm not sure if you guys can see it on the feed, but it actually died. I thought for a moment it had a chance of catching that back line, but no dice. Serving that time was Hannah McCarthy. A left-handed swing from Angelina Hemingway gets the job done. Franklin Marshall, they like to run two setters. It's Hannah McCarthy and Leah Perez. Leah Perez got the start, but once Leah Perez went to the back row, Hannah McCarthy inserted the game in her place. Going down the middle, it's kept up by Streeper. She calls everyone off. Miscommunication, but it won't hurt the Garnet. Just a well-timed play. Jada West is going to get the kill that time. As checking into this game is Michaela Smith for the Diplomats. Smith serves. Awkward play. Pushed over. Perfect pass from Kaylee Zhang. Tip from Perry that time. It's up. It's a tough angle. Oh, but wow, that was a great play by Coco Schultz. So tough to get that ball over the net without going around the antenna, let alone putting it in a very tough spot for Jordan Perry, but that's exactly what the freshman did on that play. Still serving is Smith, and Smith gets an ace. Michaela Smith, not typically a main player for Franklin and Marshall. She's appeared in just 18 sets. That's her 5th ace on the season. That one's going to sail way out. Little chest pat from Michaela Smith. Maybe the, adrenaline pumping. Get really excited after that ace. You want to replicate it, and that time hitting it a bit too hard. So Chloe Mayhew enters the game. The junior, my mistake. You know what? I said junior, but I did just see her at a senior day treatment, so I'll double back on that one. The senior, Chloe Mayhew. And there is Chloe Mayhew with a nice up, a chance from the pipe. She buries it. Come on. Impressive stuff from Chloe Mayhew. That is certainly not an easy play to make. I mean, it's one thing when you're getting set up like that front row. It's another one out of system, kind of ball just winds up near your hands. To be able to put a swing on that is very impressive. Streeper dives to get a good up. Zhang impressed. That ball was able to stay up. Tough play for Kaylee Zhang, but she makes it look easy. It's now 10-6. Early on in this one. That was Kaylee Zhang's first kill. Usually, it's a rare sight that Kaylee Zhang doesn't have a kill this deep into the game. But it's been a testament. Well-balanced attack from Swarthmore. That's just a fantastic tip. Coco Schultz, she's really good at going opposite side. Sydney Levens now to serve. And she serves it straight out of bounds. Unforced error. That is the second service error coming from Franklin and Marshall. Nice passing off the block. It was Gianna Mangianelli with a swing. She barely kept up by Montgomery. Zhang has a swing and puts it in a perfect spot. Nothing you can do about that one if you're the Diplomats. Picking out that back left corner, and that'll lead to a timeout from the Franklin and Marshall Diplomats. 12-7 your score. 3 players from the Garnet with 2 kills. Chloe Mayhew, Trisha Rosden, and Kaylee Zhang. 12-7, the Garnet lead it. We'll take a brief break, minute timeout. We'll be right back. Angelina Hemingway out of the timeout will serve. Looked like it gave the back row some trouble. Blocked, but wow, there was some pace on that. Blocked all the way out. To 12-8, Coco Schultz has really been a force in this one. She averages just under 2.5 kills per set this season, but she's got 4 kills, half of her team's entire points early in this one. That was Leah Perez serving, the other setter. Danny Pena with a cheeky kill. She kind of just tapped it over the net, and to her benefit, front row Franklin and Marshall hit it straight out. Danny Pena will take that one. Great passing. Going to Schultz. Schultz has the hot hand. 5 kills now for Coco Schultz, doubling her average. Now Schultz trying to ride that hot hand. She's got a chance to serve. Coco Schultz has 22 aces on the season. Nice passing from Streeper. A tough set. Zhang did a great job of not committing an error. Wow, what a block. Kaylee Zhang on the scene with Zinzi Montgomery. What's better than the whole bench giving a roof? Never gets old, especially when you do it with such authority that Kaylee Zhang and Zinzi Montgomery just did. Tight on net, and it looks like Leah Perez touched the net going over for that one. Six points differential right now, 15-9. Kaylee Zhang, if I'm not mistaken, the team leader in aces to serve. Oh, almost had another, but it'll lead to an overpass. Well played by Perry to Montgomery, but she never got around on it. Tip, nice tip from Gianna Mangiamelli. Caught in a tough spot. That was a nice improvisation from the sophomore. Meredith Mangum now to serve, the libero from down south. Tough decision, but Streeper makes the right one. It's going to Rosden. She tips. Perez. Going outside. Wow, what a dig by Streeper. It's live. Swinging from the pipe is Kaylee Zhang. And nice play there by Swarthmore. It'll go by the wayside, however. Sydney Levens. Too much mustard on that swing. And it goes off the block and well out. Still serving is Mangum. Up by Streeper. Pena goes to Rosden. Great time to call upon the tip. It's pretty rare it's pretty rare I'm not calling on Rosden's name a little bit more. But checking my stats here, she actually has 3 kills. It's kind of been a quiet 3 kills from Rosden. Used to such great production. She averages 3 kills per set. Perfect passing from Zhang. Going to Perry, she tips. Opportunity here from Levens. Tried to go far side, but unsuccessfully. Perry takes the swing off a Zhang assist. And an error from Levens that time. Levens, a great hitter, does it at a 247 clip, the team leader in kills, and that'll lead to a timeout from Franklin and Marshall. It felt like they were getting back into this match following their first timeout, but a couple of unforced errors and just usually you say suffocating defense, which, you know, Swarthmore is more than capable of, but it's really a suffocating offense, it feels like, from Swarthmore. Even when Franklin Marshall is able to get a block up, Swarthmore just comes back and will attack you from all angles, and I think it's frustrating Franklin and Marshall and taking a toll. And that's where you're seeing these unforced errors, while they're called unforced errors, that they can be forced mentally. And I really think that's what you're seeing right now from the Diplomats. Looking at the body language from the Franklin and Marshall huddle. Heads nodding. I mean, they have not played poorly by any stretch of the imagination. It's really just been a Swarthmore barrage. One wonders what adjustments Franklin and Marshall will make. I mean, out of a timeout, some of the biggest adjustments are all about getting a block up and knowing where the other team will get their block up. So we'll see how Franklin and Marshall responds to this. But what makes it so tough against Swarthmore is you got you got the ball going middle, outside, opposite. There is not one player that Danny Pena likes to feed more than the other, at least today. Leah Perez might have gotten away with one. It looked like her foot crossed the line. Hemingway hangs in the air and gets it over. Off the block, Jordan Perry. And Angelina Hemingway putting the roof on the net. 18-11. Ellie Streeper to serve. Oh, that's a bullet. Arnold just taps it over. A much-needed kill for the Diplomats. It's 18-12. They're not out of it yet. Zhang, bit of a tight pass to Pena, but she runs it perfectly with Hemingway. Danny Pena keeps adding to that assist tally. That's her 7th today. But like I said, she's eclipsed the 1,000 assist mark. Awkward play. Pena and Hemingway just didn't grasp it at the right angle. Tough one. For Danny Pena this season, she's nearing the 500 assist mark in the season. She came into today with 488, so by the end of the match, she'll be hitting 500 this year. Surely going to get some Centennial honors this year. That one sails out, 20-13. Swarthmore. Well, this is supposed to be a very tightly contested affair, and it's just set one. A ton of volleyball to play. Swarthmore has looked pretty dominant here. And you got to wonder if that's what signing up, getting invited, I should say, to the NYU tournament can do for a team like Swarthmore. Error that time. But to see that you can hang with 3 of the best teams in all of Division III, it kind of makes playing in your own conference a bit easier. It gives you extra confidence. As that one sails out. 21-14 now. Hemingway will serve. Pena, by the way, sitting at 495 assists on the season. Down the middle, the block is up, but the block is out. Give that kill to Hannah McCarthy. Or no, excuse me, my mistake. Gianna Mangiamelli. It was Hannah McCarthy who got the assist that time. Leah Perez, the freshman who's had a great season. Oh, it's a rare receive error from Kaylee Zhang. Only 31 on the year. That's gives her a 92% receive percentage. A big point here for both sides. This can really separate the teams late. Oh, that's a tough pass. It's kept up, but it looks like Montgomery hit the net. Indeed, she did. Perez to serve. Going to Zhang. Zhang swings. That one sent way out of play. Swarthmore needed that to get back on track. Momentum started to slip away as Trisha Rosden now comes in for Sarah Carrasco. Every team needs a Sarah Carrasco. So reliable, doesn't show up a ton on the stat sheet. Doesn't get the credit that some of the attackers might, but wow, does she do her job well. Tough pass. Kaylee Zhang tried to pick out the perfect spot, and, well, a little too fine with it, sends it out. All of a sudden, it's anybody's game. 22-18, Franklin Marshall is threatening, and Coco Schultz will serve. Pena, slide play to Rosden. She was never missing that one. She was so locked in on that ball as she made her sprint from center court to the opposite side. Man, was that a nice slide play. Absolutely textbook. 23-18, Kaylee Zhang with a chance to go on a mini run to end it. Nice location on the serve. Perez, it's a tough set, but she nails it. And so does Gianna Mangiamelli. How about that? Leah Perez, 320 assists coming into today. And oh yeah, that's splitting reps with Hannah McCarthy. She's just a freshman. Very impressive stuff from Perez. Pena, one-handed set, barely kept in, and oh wait, now they're gonna say somebody touched the net, I believe. I think Trisha Rosden. I think I saw the linesman here. That's not the linesman. To be honest with you, I can't remember what they would call the, not the main official, but regardless. I thought he mouthed the words 15 to Coach Schwastek. It's gonna be a free ball, tough one. Perez. To Levens, another kill for Franklin and Marshall, and we might see a timeout. Yep. Wow, what a nice run it's been from the Diplomats. I said it was a pretty dominant performance here, and Franklin and Marshall has answered the bell to see to it that this would not be a dominant first set. It was 18-11 at one point. Now we sit at 23-21, and the key for this, to me, for Franklin and Marshall, has been a real spread out attack. They were going to Coco Schultz. She was the only one who could get kills early on in this match. She still leads the match with 5 kills, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's Sydney Levens. She's up to 4 kills. Gianna Mangiamelli, she now has 3 kills. So the big three, if you will, for Franklin and Marshall, stepping up. Schultz, like I said, under 2.5 kills per set. She's at 5. Sydney Levens, a little over 3 kills per set. She's at 4. So Franklin and Marshall starting to play their brand of volleyball, and that's how they've gotten back into it. This point is everything. Meredith Mangum serves. What great awareness by Jordan Perry. I mean, look, caught myself there. Like I said earlier about things not showing up in the stat sheet, that won't, but that was a huge play from Perry. Her teammate said in, and at the last second, Perry goes out and looked that ball out, and that one's out as well. Oh, wait. They call a touch. They call a touch. This game is still live. That is Franklin and Marshall's point. (22-24). Pena behind her to Rosden. Rosden with the kill. No harm, no foul. Swarthmore gets it done. It just takes one more point. Rosden finishes with 5 kills, tied for a match high with Coco Schultz and Sydney Levens. Swarthmore takes set number 1, 25-22, as we head into the second set. Josh Safran here on the Centennial Network, gripping action here in game 1. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for game number 2. Swarthmore leads it 1-0. just about set here for set number 2. Surveying the scene, it's going to be the same lineup for the Garnet, just in a different rotation. And I apologize, I gave out the lineup late last game for Franklin Marshall. You got Lauren Arnold and Marie Early. It's going to be Leah Perez to start with a serve. Meredith Mangum, Coco Schultz, and Gianna Mangiamelli. On the other side, Danny Pena, Ellie Streeper, Chloe Mayhew, Kaylee Zhang, Trisha Rosden, and Zinzi Montgomery. We are set. Perez, nice serve. Pena, slide play to Rosden. The block is up. Nice reading of that one from Franklin Marshall. That was a very ambitious swing. Kaylee Zhang really did her best with that, but it just missed that back line. Early 1-0 lead for Franklin and Marshall. Two unconventional mascot names here. That one just goes out. The Garnet for Swarthmore and Diplomats for Franklin and Marshall. No Wildcats or Bulldogs here. Kaylee Zhang to serve. An intimidating sight if you're an opponent, and that's exactly why. Zhang adds to her tally this season. That's her second on the day, so give her 37 on the season. Kaylee Zhang serving again. It's another good one. Maybe an overpass. Leah Perez barely got to it. And that'll lead to a great kill. It's so tough. I mean, Swarthmore did the right thing. When the ball is that tight on net, you have to go up with a setter. More times than not, they're going to dump it over the net. But that time, Leah Perez was able to set it. And they were able to catch the Swarthmore front row out of position. That one in, and in pretty clearly. Jordan Perry, a tough break. And it looks like Franklin Marshall with the lead once more. It's Schultz to serve again. Tough pass. Going behind to Rosden. Rosden with the kill. Too hot to handle. That was Rosden's 6th kill. What a year she's having. The block is up, and it's going to go out. Streeper serving. A laser. Nice play by Schultz just to keep it alive. Not able to keep it alive on the other side was Ellie Streeper, however. Gotta wonder if that was by design. It was the perfect placement on the swing. It's now Meredith Mangum. Perry had a nice swing. She wants a touch. She's not going to get it, however. Just over the net. Great play by Pena to keep it alive. But not for long. What a block. Lauren Arnold. And it looks like Anne-Marie Early had that one. Sailing out, a big break for Swarthmore. Tossing momentum away. So Rosden with an opportunity to serve. It's tight. Set is out. Streeper. She's going to Perry. Perry gets around it, and Mangum couldn't get out of the way in time. Back tied now at 6. Such a simple, sweet serve from Rosden. Oh, but a better swing from Sydney Levens. She now is tied to the match high, 6 kills. Perry, she got around it, trying to go line, but just couldn't find the line. It's so frustrating. I mean, she killed that ball. And it looks like Alexa Bartlett will enter the game, her first time playing at home this season. She's been injured. Just had a boot on all year, helping out in warm-ups. Wow, what a swing by Zhang. Takes a Franklin and Marshall bounce. It'll be a free ball. Set was out. Levens gets around it. Streeper just barely keeps it alive. Bartlett has a swing, still up. Levens. Great location, nothing Kaylee Zhang could do with it. 9-6, Franklin and Marshall starting to take control, but Coach Schwastik, wants her ladies to play through it for now. Errant pass. Zhang tips it. Going to Levens again. Bartlett with the tip. It's an overpass. Streeper got it up, but got it up and out. It looks like we're going to see a timeout from Coach Schwastik. So Franklin and Marshall have come out in second set with a little bit more life. They lead it 10-6. We'll step aside and be right back on the Centennial Network. Welcome back. Coach Carly Schwastik. She seems to know exactly, Harley Schwastik. My apologies, Coach Schwastik. Oh, what an up by Carrasco. I'll get back to that point in a second. Oh, man. Franklin and Marshall is absolutely pumped, and I can't really blame them. That was a perfect play. I mean, they got that ball so high up, no block could have helped the Garnet that time. Maybe an opportunity, a lollipop pass. Hemingway forced to use the left hand. Opportunity goes by the wayside. Pushed. Good pass by Carrasco. Going outside to Bartlett. Bartlett has a swing. And it's a kill for Alexa Bartlett. Man, did Swarthmore need that. Chloe Mayhew will check into this game to play back row for Alexa Bartlett. But what I was saying is Coach Harley Schwastik, she knows how to pull the strings out of a timeout. This Garnet team always plays better out of the timeout. Wow, great serve by Mayhew. It's an ace. 3-point game. Another tough serve. Way to get the block up. Pena going to Zhang. Zhang wisely fakes the swing and goes for the tip. It leads to a free ball. Carrasco, look at that. A tip from Pena, a dump from Pena, and that's a kill. There was some talk. I'm waiting to see if they officially said it was a kill. Indeed they did. I thought for a moment the ref was saying that the ball was able to be kept in the air by Franklin and Marshall. And that's a great response by the Diplomats. They were not too pleased with the call. Well, they just get it back themselves. Mayhew, great pass. Going to Zhang. Off the touch, Zhang gets the kill. I think it's time to start giving the ball to number 6 again. Just her 4th kill, her first of her first of set number 2. It's an ace. Angelina Hemingway, the Franklin and Marshall back row, got in each other's way a little bit. And that led to an ace for Angelina Hemingway. It's a 1-point game. Oh, that is impossible to defend right there. Going up top to Jada West. And she buried that one. Whew. So Swarthmore will have to answer back. That's a huge momentum play. And not the answer you're hoping for. It is an ace for Franklin and Marshall, more specifically Sydney Levens. Just 6 aces on the year. Could it be another one? No, saved by Streeper. Schultz just barely kept alive, and on the overpass, that one's crushed. Gianna Mangiamelli did not let that overpass go. 15-11, only 1 timeout left for the Garnet. I imagine Coach Schwastik will save. Sydney Levens still on a run. Tipped over by Pena, but barely kept up. Schultz, what a deadly roll shot. Pena tips it over, but the overpass smacked right back. Zhang putting a good swing into that one. And this time, it's Franklin and Marshall who are relentless. I said that about game 1. And this is eerily similar to game 1. However, the sides are just flipped. 16-11 is where we sat last game with a Swarthmore lead. Levens still on a run. And it'll continue. It's an ace for Sydney Levens. And there's the timeout. What a run for the Diplomats. 17-11. The Garnet will talk it over and be back in just a minute. Welcome back. Swarthmore looking for an answer here in set number 2, and if nothing else, looking for something to build off of as this match gets deeper. Zhang, great pass. Montgomery dunks it down, exactly what the Garnet needed. All starts with that serve receive. Levens really was given the back row of Swarthmore fits. Nice, calm, cool, collected serve receive that time from Kaylee Zhang. And the Garnet back in business. That one sails out of bounds. 4-point game now. Sydney Levens has racked up her kill total to 9 today. Keep an eye out. That serve rode up. Awkward play for Schultz. Right to Streeper. Pena going to Rosden. Rosden gets the kill. Swarthmore going on a run of their own now. 3-point game. Schultz never got her hand around it, and Franklin and Marshall may want to talk it over. They do. How about that for a momentum swing? So Sydney Levens, after 19 attempts, finally got her first error, and you have seen 3 consecutive points for the Garnet in the biggest spot. Excuse me, it's 4 consecutive points for the Garnet. It just came so fast. Step aside for a brief, short moment here. Team should be breaking the huddle any second. So Pena will serve, down just 2. The set is out again. Oh, man. But a tough one for the Garnet. As with playing out of system off the tip, Franklin and Marshall were still able to get the kill. That makes it a 3-point game now. Leah Perez will serve. She's got 43 aces on the season. Pena with a dump, but Perez was there. Schultz, nice swing, just barely out. Great awareness by the Swarthmore back row. It's back to a 2-point game. Alexa Bartlett makes her way back into this game. Kaylee Zhang will serve. Let's see, does she have another ace? It looks good. Oh, almost had it, but Leah Perez kept it alive. Bartlett, another try at it. It's still up. My goodness. To Rosden, finally Swarthmore wins the point. It was only a matter of time. It's now a 1-point game for the Garnet. What fight they've shown here in set number 2. Perez, tipped, Streeper hustles for it. Rosden puts a good swing, but a better dig by Perez. Schultz gets right hit at Streeper. Bartlett gets around it. We got a whistle. It's going the other way. They're going to call it on Gianna Mangiamelli. She touched the net, I believe. All knotted up at 18. Schultz, blocked! It hits the ground! 19-18, Swarthmore's first lead in quite a while. What a comeback! Zhang to keep it going. Oh, that one sails out. An unforced error that Franklin and Marshall desperately needed. So here's Coco Schultz, big spot, 19 all. Zhang with a great pass. Rosden, but a better dig by Schultz. Mangiamelli off of Streeper. And Franklin and Marshall take a 1-point lead late in this game. Back even. This has been fantastic volleyball. Streeper serving. Wow, huge play that time by Gianna Mangiamelli. It's tight. Hemingway does her best with it. And another error from Levens. That's just her second on the day. She's been almost perfect. But her errors have come in critical moments, and the last one led to a great Swarthmore run. Rosden will now serve. She leads her team in kills with 8. Ooh, that was a laser. Perez gets low for it. Off of off of Pena on the block. The kill for Sydney Levens. Sydney Levens, my mistake. 1 point differential now, 21-22. Franklin and Marshall have the lead. Leah Perez checks out, makes way for her counterpart, Hannah McCarthy. So McCarthy will serve. It's a tough play to make. Going to Bartlett. It's an overpass, but passed all the way out. Tied at 22. For Alexa Bartlett, as she checks out already her best game of the season. Her third kill. That's a season high. So great to see from Bartlett, who's been forced to wear a boot all season. Great up by Mangum. Tough set. Tipped. It's tight. Pena goes up. Oh, barely kept up by Carrasco. Zhang rolls it over. Streeper, great hustle and communication. Zhang swings, gets the kill, 23-22. Swarthmore back out in front. What a great point by the Garnet. Timeout, Franklin and Marshall. It was a fantastic comeback, down I believe 6 or 7 were the Garnet, and are now 2 points away from taking game 2, which would put them up 2-0 in the match. Josh Safran here on the Centennial Network. We've got a good one. Swarthmore and Franklin and Marshall, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 23-22. Chloe Mayhew to serve. It's a great one. Set is out. Sydney Levens gets around it, but wow, that's a beautiful pass for Mayhew. Zhang off the block, 24-22. Swarthmore 1 point away. Levens gets around that, and Franklin and Marshall stay alive. That was a perfect swing from Sydney Levens. You saw it, even with the block up, not much Swarthmore could do about it. And that'll do it. Swarthmore come back and win game number 2. One of their toughest tests in all of conference play. And the Garnet now have a 2-0 lead. Josh Safran here on the Centennial Network. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with some stats and lineups as we head into the third and what Swarthmore hopes to be the final set. We'll be right back here on the Centennial Network. Welcome back. It was quite a set number 2 after going down 16-11. Swarthmore battled all the way back to win it 25-23. Trisha Rosden, 8 kills total. Kaylee Zhang with 6. And Alexa Bartlett on senior day. She's had to miss a lot of the season due to injury. She came up huge in that set with 4 kills at a pivotal spot. Same lineups here for both sides. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Danny Pena will get the serving started. Sydney Levens, by the way, with 11 kills, leading both sides, but down 2-0 in what counts. Pena going to Zhang. Zhang off the block. Tipped, And just a tough spot, unable to get it. Zhang and Streeper, they take a spill. Zhang, great patience, better up by Perez. Mangiamelli sends a free ball over. Montgomery punches that one home. Back tied at 1. Mayhew checks out for Alexa Bartlett. Zhang, that one barely got over the net and went straight down once it did. Another ace for Kaylee Zhang, her 3rd of the match. Blocked deep. And that one just barely out. Zhang will continue to serve. Nice swing by Rosden, but great passing from the Diplomats. Streeper keeps it up. Montgomery sends it back down. What a dig by Streeper that led to the overpass and ultimately the kill from Zinzi Montgomery. She's got 2 early in game number 3, and the great service of Kaylee Zhang can continue. Her 4th straight. That one's tight. Shot up from Kaylee Zhang. Going outside to Mangiamelli, and she buries it. And there's Alexa Bartlett once again. 5th kill of the match, smashing her season high of 2 kills now. So great to see that. I mean, she's had to deal with a lot of adversity, some injuries in 2 seasons now. Clearly an excellent player once she's healthy. Outside to Rosden, she sails that one over. She knows it. A rare miscue from Trisha Rosden. 5-3 now, Franklin and Marshall. Great matchup. We might be seeing this matchup again in postseason play. Zhang, great platform. Rosden, wow, it was a rocket. Somehow kept alive. Zhang, hustle, puts it up. Bartlett, there she's in, excuse me, there she is again. 6th kill for Alexa Bartlett. She's closing in on a career high kill. Oh, no, my mistake. Career high is actually 11. So she has a bit farther to go. Overzealous, trying to maybe reach that career high on that overpass swing. Carrasco up, but not a great spot. Zhang from the back row. Are you kidding me? That was from the back row. Nothing Pena could really do about that. And that was too many hits on one side, plain and simple. Zhang pleading her case that Franklin and Marshall touched it. Pena is going over and getting the explanation. The ref did make the right call. No one on Franklin and Marshall touched it. The ball hung on the top of the net for a while. So a tough play from Swarthmore. I don't think any of them noticed it, though. We can't really blame that on miscommunication. Just a really odd, tough play. So new player in, my mistake. I didn't notice it when it first happened. It's Hannah Pierce, the freshman, in for Franklin and Marshall. Blocked was Angelina Hemingway. Franklin and Marshall trying to build their own energy. They're doing a nice job of it right now. Hannah Pierce will continue to serve. Carrasco gets it up. Going to the pipe, that's Kaylee Zhang, but better up by Mangum. Levens, not too much on that swing. Bartlett off the block, still up. Streeper just barely keeps it alive somehow, but it goes out of bounds. Valiant effort from the Swarthmore front row. Going to Bartlett, tough angle. Oh, wow, what a great kill. Usually when you hit the net like that, it doesn't do you any favors. But that time, the spin off the net made that return impossible for the Diplomats. Tied at 7, Mayhew to serve. Pena stays patient and able to keep that up. Zhang goes off the block. Mangum to Levens. She smacks that one out. Levens, she's an excellent attacker for this Franklin and Marshall team, but she's made that mistake now a few times. Hitting that one too far out. It's tight. Pena going to Zhang. Zhang gets around and crushes it. Great awareness and communication between Pena and Hemingway there. Hemingway was kind of in Pena's way, so Hemingway had to shrink herself down, and it got just out of the way of Danny Pena so she could send a perfect pass. And there's an ace for Chloe Mayhew. Momentum building. $10-7 now. No timeout from the Diplomats. Free ball. Streeper to Pena. Pena to Zhang. Zhang, another kill. That's Zhang's 8th kill, and it'll lead to a timeout. 11-7's your score. Swarthmore going for another sweep at home, trying to stay perfect here at Tarble Pavilion and move to 5-1 in the conference. We'll step aside for a minute and be right back. Welcome back. 11-7. Swarthmore trying to run away with it. Good up by Pierce, the freshman. And the other freshman on the court, Coco Schultz, finishes it off. Perfect answer out of a timeout. And now Sydney Levens serves. She's got one ace today, but not very common for Levens to get aces. Great pass. Pena goes to Zhang. Kept in. Awkward play, but Mayhew made the most of it. Schultz blocked, punched up by Pierce. Schultz has to tip again. This could be something for the Garnet. Going back outside to Zhang, and it is something for the Garnet. Another kill for Kaylee Zhang. She has really come alive here in the third set. She now has a team-high 9 kills. Great spot. Maybe that was something talked about in the timeout. Franklin Marshall have been swinging. Haven't seen too many tips or touches from them. So they bring that one out, and it works very nicely. Watch out. Leah Perez with 43 aces on the year. She serves. Second most in the Centennial. Dump attempt unsuccessful, but it gets set out. It's tight on net. Mayhew went to ground, but she gets back up in time. Perez goes to Mangianelli, who dunks that one down. It's now just a 2-point game. Excellent fight from the Diplomats. Great swing by Zhang, better up by Mangum. It's Schultz. Schultz gets around it. She tried to go line, but didn't find it. Danny Pena serving now. Team has made a trip around the sun, if you will. Miscommunication between Mangum and Perez. It leads to a free ball. Could be something. Rosden. Perfect placement. Nobody in the back left corner. A nice job playing the corners. That one goes out off the foot of the lines judge, I believe. Just couldn't get around that ball. Otherwise, it could have been real trouble. Slide play. That was Arnold. And Zhang gets blocked. 15-11 now. Hasn't been too many blocks in this entire game. Just the fourth for Franklin and Marshall. Just barely over the net. Pena gets it up. And another block, back-to-back blocks. It was Lauren Arnold and Gianna Mangiamelli. 3-point game now. What a time to get back-to-back blocks. But a service error will squander the momentum. Franklin and Marshall were building. And a bad time to do it because Kaylee Zhang now steps up to serve. It was going out, but there was a touch from McKenna Penule. And that'll lead to a timeout from Franklin and Marshall. 17-12, Swarthmore. Can they keep their foot on the gas and close this out in 3? We'll find out in just a moment. We are back. Kaylee Zhang serving still. Is that back-to-back aces? It is! Back-to-back aces for Kaylee Zhang. One coming out of a timeout. 18-12. No, they're redoing that point. Lines judge interference. 2 thumbs up from the head official, and there is no back-to-back ace that time. It's tight. Perez goes way over the net. I'm not sure if that counts in the box score as an ace, but it should. So I'll check my box score, but that may have ended up being back-to-back aces for Kaylee Zhang on a roll. A huge block, Zinzi Montgomery, 19-12 now. Zhang still on a run. Such a great serve, it's gonna lead to a free ball. Bartlett. Another kill for Alexa Bartlett, and her amazing senior day will continue. She's up to 8 kills now, and she's only appeared in the last 2 sets. Just trying to change anything around our Franklin and Marshall. Anne-Marie Early comes into the game. They taken her out, replaced her with a couple players. Now she comes back in. It's 20-12. Going after the newly inserted Early, and it's another ace for Kaylee Zhang. Everything she serves has turned to gold. That's her 5th ace of this match. My goodness. That's great pass. Perez behind her. Oh. Off of Streeper was Mangiamelli. Rockets off Helly Streeper. (21-13). Up from Streeper. It's going to Bartlett. Bartlett, another kill for Alexa Bartlett. Her 9th kill. And I'll say it again, just 2 sets. Unbelievable stuff from the senior Bartlett today. Valiant effort from Streeper. It's still alive. And that one sails out. 23-13. And what had been a great match up to this point, Swarthmore looking to close it out in style. Off the net, just barely kept alive by Arnold. Free ball, Pena will get it. Gives it to Bartlett, who pushes deep. Levens off a block, it's still live. Bartlett takes a swing at it. Off the block, and that one too tough for Swarthmore to grab. It felt like for a moment they weren't going to lose a point again. But for the time being, the Diplomats still with a puncher's chance. It's 23-14. And it's going to be Hannah McCarthy to serve. Pena going behind her. Rosden buries it 1 point away from the sweep. So that one will sail out from Trisha Rosden. We'll have to wait at least one more. It's the freshman Hannah Pierce. She'll have to serve 9 straight times. Pena going to Bartlett. And Bartlett couldn't get it. So Pena trying to go to Bartlett on senior day. She's had an incredible performance. We'll see if she can finish this. Carrasco, perfect pass. Pena going to Hemingway. She's blocked. Set is out. Going to Bartlett. Off the block. Still live. And it's blocked! A sweep for the Garnet on what was a fantastic senior day for Alexa Bartlett. After having to miss most of this season, a lot of last season due to injury, Bartlett comes off the bench in set number 2 and is tied for a team high with 9 kills, hitting .600. 9 kills, 15 attempts, no errors, Alexa Bartlett. This senior on senior day, she's the player of the game. And to do so in such a huge spot in the season, she came into this match in such a huge spot of the match, down 11-16, and she caught fire, and the Garnet never looked back. So just due to not playing as many games as Franklin and Marshall, Swarthmore still sits in 3rd place. Swarthmore now 5-1 in conference play. Excuse me, my mistake. Swarthmore will now move into 2nd place, and they end Franklin and Marshall's 7-game winning streak. Both teams 5-1. I am assuming, you know what they say about that. I'm assuming the tiebreaker would go to head-to-head record, which obviously, as you saw today, Swarthmore would have. What a match. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Tarble Pavilion as the Garnet stay perfect at home this season. 8-0 at home, 12-7 on the season, and now 5-1 in conference play. This has been Josh Safran on the Centennial Network signing off. Have a great weekend, everybody.